of decades and decades and decades of oppression. You know, when you see those comments on Facebook, it is your place to say something. You have no business standing here with us if you're not willing to stick up for us. You know, I get comments, I get tagged in comments and things on Facebook all the time, and every time I go there, it's something ugly. It's racist, it's derogatory, it's disgusting towards our indigenous population. And they want me to say something. And then I finally just said, you know what? It's your place to say something too. You have to. You have to stand up to it, and you have to stand with us. Because you know what? It's not my job to fight and argue with every single racist person on Facebook. Hey, how are you? So, you know, I think that we need to come from this level. So when you come from a place of empathy and love, then we can start healing together and working towards a better future for our children. You know, I think back and I look at my mother. My father is no longer with us, and he was also a residential school survivor. And I look at my mother and I think of how strong she was to endure that kind of punishment of having to be forced away from her mother and go to a residential school. So I challenge every one of you guys to think about what that would be like if they were to come for your child. You know, we wear these shirts that say every child matters, and it's been often said by Indigenous leaders across Canada that it's a fact that children matter less, and that is completely unacceptable now. So, yeah. You know, Walt Canoe said something really profound about our children wearing their hair long, like this, that wear your hair long, you young Indigenous men, because they wouldn't let us. Learn your language, because they wouldn't allow it. Do you want to say some words? Or shall I?
I just wanted to say, Lori touched on it earlier, that we're gathered here today for 2:15, but this work has just begun. That communities are going to be discovering the burial grounds in their homelands with their children. And I want all of you today to make sure when that news comes out to keep all of those families and those communities in prayers, because it extends beyond today. And for the 215 that have those little actions, when you see them grow or when they catch the light, say a prayer. Hold those families up, hold those people up that are struggling with grief, that are going through it. And I just wanted to say that there's so many people, but there's little paper bags around, and there's tissue. So if you cry, you put that tissue in that paper bag, and we'll make sure that we burn it in this fire so that your grief is taken care of. And that's our, I guess, our extra way of being gentle with everybody. I just want you to be gentle with yourselves today. So thank you for coming.
So we're going to actually do a healing dance. And like Helen said, this is the tip of the iceberg. There was over 130 residential schools across Canada, residential prisons across Canada. And every one of those nations is going to go looking for our children. And it's sad that we have to be the ones to go and look for them, just like our missing and murdered Indigenous women. It's typically the families that are the ones that get out in their vehicles and they go and hunt and look for their loved ones. And that is just horrible that we have to do that. We need to start calling on our local politicians, our governments, to start implementing those 94 calls to action.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's quite one thing to say them, but you actually have to do them. And you know what? We're going to start holding up because we have to. We have to stand together and we have to hold our governments accountable for implementing all of those calls to action, as well as the recommendations from the National Inquiry. You know, I'm not going to get political right now because that's not what this is about. I am going to, we're going to call on the jingle dancers to do a healing dance for those families, for the residential school survivors that are here, and for the descendants of those residential school children. So the jingle dance is going to come out. We are going to have an opportunity that we would like any survivors and children of survivors to come up and share your stories. I think they're important for everyone to hear, so that they can understand the magnitude of what happened at those prisons. I'd like over to the Good Cross singers to render that prayer song for the healing dance for the jingle dancers.